Hi everyone, this is Scrappy Kathy and welcome to Stash Dive Tuesday. I'm recording this on Saturday because Tuesday I will be frantically second guessing my packing as I prepare to go out of town, and I'm not sure if or when my Stash Dive Tuesdays will be done the rest of the month. I will try, but this is probably, I'm anticipating that this may be my last regular one. It certainly will be the last one for the month that will be recorded in my little studio here. Any others I record will either be at Scrappy Adams or DAF headquarters, as it's also known, or on the ship. So let's get to it. I'm going to use one of Lisa Sikorsky's wonderful sketches. This is sketch number 29 in Scrap-A-Sketch. And I'm going to turn it this way because my photos are oriented that way. And I've got strips of paper, and I've got some scraps that'll go behind, but I've got some frames. I'm really going to mix it up, and the colors are going to be a little bit strange for me anyway. To start off with, I have pulled a piece of paper that is possibly my least favorite pattern paper in the history of my scrapbooking career. It's the ugliest pink I've ever seen, and it's distressed so that the paper actually looks dirty, and it does. But I thought I'd use it because my photos, and I'll explain these to you in a minute, my photos are kind of a dusky, dirty looking pink, but when you put them on there, it kind of brightens them up. And I'm going to use a whole bunch of other colors kind of along with that. The story here is that I just last week read a little snippet in the AARP magazine that has been in the house for a while, and it goes where all magazines go, which is into the restroom. And I pulled it down, was actually looking at an article about things that were happening in 1972, I guess. The whole 50 years ago kind of thing that they do. And there was something in there about Maya Rudolph, and it said that her parents, Richard Rudolph and Minnie Riperton, had written Minnie's biggest hit song, which was Lovin' You. Lovin' You is easy because you're beautiful. They wrote it about their baby daughter, Maya. And I actually saw Minnie Riperton in person when she was on tour with George Benson in 1976, and it was after she had gone public with her cancer diagnosis, but before anyone knew that the cancer had metastasized and that she really didn't have long to live. They gave her 6 months and she lived about 2.5 years. But she and I were about the same age. I was 32 and she was 31. And she absolutely blew me away. I thought that song and her voice were just out of this world. And I was already a huge George Benson fan, both his guitar, his jazz guitar, and then his vocals on Lost in a Masquerade. And so I had seen him in person a few times in different venues, but this time when they did their tour, they were in Jones Hall, which was famous for its acoustics because it was where the Houston Grand Opera performed. And So I was all thrilled. And don't you know, we get there and Minnie comes out first. She wasn't opening for him. They were co-headliners, I guess they called it. And but she came out first, and her mic failed, and she went on singing. She didn't, from where she was, she couldn't tell, and nobody wanted to go interrupt. So let's see. I've pulled from, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 different 6x6 paper pads to get these things. I know that's a basic gray, or I think it is. This is I think it's Fancy Pants, and it's a collection called Lemonade Stand that I absolutely love. This one is a map, so I guess I ought to do it right side up. No idea where the rest of these came from. So anyway, so she sang the beginning set with no mic, and every once in a while you could still hear that those amazing high notes that she was famous for. But when George came out, he was aware that her mic hadn't worked, and when he came out, he told her about it and then invited her to perform with him. So it was a completely impromptu concert that was one of a kind and so memorable, and you know, I'm sure they had booked Jones Hall for the same reason I was excited about seeing them there, for the acoustics, which would be perfect for his guitar and her vocals. But it wasn't in the cards. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to place all these things. There, and then I'm going to kind of go off book here and do this maybe kind of at an angle. The journaling, I thought I'd put here, and I think I might put the title up there. What these photos are is the album cover of Minnie's Perfect Angel album, and it's in a script. And I actually have this is from a Mind the Scrap kit. It says Perfect, and it's in a very similar script. The wire is bent. It's from 49 and Market, and I don't know what collection, or if there was a collection, or if it's just an embellishment. I have a couple of tickets that were prize drawing tickets at a retreat I went to, and I've used those before. I thought I could use those right in here. And anyway, I guess to finish the story, it was a really memorable concert, and the fact that the acoustics, that the mic had failed and the acoustics were why everyone was there, they really, really tried hard to make up for that in the rest of the concert. By the time they got the mic, I guess the mic for George's setup was okay. So it just was something I'll never forget. And I have always loved Maya Rudolph since her days on Saturday Night Live, and in everything else that she's done. I figure anything that she's in is going to be good. Gonna maybe do that like that. I don't know if I need this piece of wood grain, but it might be nice like that. Like that. Let's go with it like that. And then I've got this piece of cork frame. I'm gonna cut a little bit off of it, and I may change this up and use only one of those. I can do this kind of right there. So let's start stacking this stuff up. So I'm gonna put this right here, and then I'll position the photos. I'm just gonna commit and let it happen. I'm gonna put this here. Oops, I tore the cork because the sticky is there, but I can fix that. Okay, let's put a little bit of foam right there. And that will hold this up at the top. And it'll be pushed down by the photo here. I'm gonna do this. I'll overlap that, which means I need another little bit of foam up at the top. Come on. Whoa. Okay. I'll line it up straight there. There, and then now I'm going to, gosh, this is really torn apart. I will use that for something else. I'm going to lay it down right here. And I'm going to use well, you know what? I'm going to try. Let's do that. And I will layer a floral cluster right there so you can't tell that that end is missing. Let me get some more foam. I need to double that up on foam to make it come over. I'm just going to put the foam down where I know I want something to stick. So it's amazing what's available out there. I, of course, don't have any photos from that concert, so I had no homemade photos to feature on this page. I'll do that, and then where's that other bit of frame? Here it is. And this. This is a canvas print of an art journal page by Dyan Reavley. And I like it because it has a silhouette of a woman and then a silhouette of a man, and it could represent George and Minnie on stage. That's kind of, to me, that's what it represents. So it's certainly a random element in my stash, and I wouldn't have remembered that I had it, except that the girls, my granddaughter and her friends, my granddaughters and their friends, pulled them out and loved them, and it's just kind of their style. So they kind of brought them to my attention, and they have been living in my crazy box. Is that, yeah. This frame goes out to the edge of this piece of paper, and this one goes out to the edge of this. So that kind of keeps it balanced. Let me put this on some foam. I'm going to kind of scooch it down a bit. So I'm going to put this here. And I want to line it up. And this photo, Maya Rudolph did as a publicity photo for Saturday Night Live, and she imitated the pose that her mom had on that album. She's holding the ice cream cone, and she's wearing the little denim coveralls. And instead of Perfect Angel, Minnie Riperton, Perfect Angel, it says in the exact same script, Saturday Night Live. So to me, this is truly perfect. So I'm going to put this here. On this photo and kind of let it, so it now reads Perfect Saturday Night Live, but I just think that's a kind of a commentary on the fact that the pose is perfect. She got the pose perfect. Okay, so this is going to go down between this floral and the tickets. And that's going to sub for this little string of flowers. So we shall see. Now I have a strange thing I'm going to do for the title as well. Let me do another floral cluster kind of right there. To say these colors don't necessarily match, they don't even necessarily coordinate, it is kind of an understatement. This hot pink and this pink and the tones in this, you know, crazy. I can't believe even I am using those. So I need to put a third floral cluster. These florals were fussy cut from who knows where, who knows when. It was a long time ago. And I picked them for this because I knew I was going to have a lot of crazy colors. I did not use my wood grain, and I can't slide it in under there right now, so it gets saved for another day, as do these florals. Maybe I could do a small one right in there. Let me cut it down to that. Okay, I'm going to toss that because again, I'm not a huge fan of this particular paper, but the flowers, the florals are just, the artwork is just beautiful. And I like the lime green. And it kind of mixes that. Well, how did I have that? I think I had it under that, like that. Okay, so you had one ticket over and one ticket under. Okay, I'll put those aside. And then I have some gold, silver, and pink gold Flair. I thought I might put the pink gold up here. By the photo, maybe tucked under a tiny bit. Okay, and then I'll do the silver here and the gold on the upper part up here. I should have put the silver there because this looks like it might go better with silver, but I don't think we're going to get that picky when we've mixed up so many different patterns and colors. Okay, so here I have a few butterflies, and I wanted to put some butterflies on the Flair. These are Cocoa Vanilla. I am not sure which collection. It's not These Days. It preceded that. But I kind of, sometimes some of those all run together because the good thing is they tend to use a lot of the same colors so they can coordinate. The bad thing is they use a lot of the same colors so that you kind of somewhat lose track of which collection. So I love everything they do, and I'm definitely a customer, but to me the brand new collection looks an awful lot like this one and These Days, whatever those are. Okay, there, and then I need a butterfly here, and what color shall we do there? We've used the gold, this gold paper here, but I have this pink one, and this pink one seems to go nicely with the pink in there. So we're gonna do that, and then we're done except for the title. And that's something I'm really looking forward to. Okay, there. Now I'll put this out of the way and we'll go to the alphas. The alphas are from These Days by Cocoa Vanilla. And I do not have the title that I want, so I'm going to make one up. I've got this L and the O, and I'm going to kind of overlap those. V, and then I have an I right, well, let's see. I have an I right here. I'll kind of have it look like it's coming out there. And I don't have an N, but I do have a U in this small word U, and I can make that into an N. And I don't have a G, so I'm gonna make an apostrophe out of this little leaf that I just tore off of that sprig. Let me get that. I'm going to cut this bit off the end. That would have made a good apostrophe, that little bit, but I have this. Where is it? Here we go. Let me adjust this. And then I have the Y, O, U. Is that, it's a little bit too long, so maybe I'll cut the bottom off the Y and have it look like the bottom is hidden behind this. I'll do the same thing to the O. Have it coming out of there, and then the U will show. Let me get it up a little further. Okay, there we go. And then because I have that title, I'm going to feel empowered to use these little leaf sprigs around with the florals, kind of like that. And then there's another one here. And that one can go, they come apart easily. And then there's this little tiny one that I tore one piece off of. So I'm going to put it right here, overlapping the photo, and then layer it underneath that. Okay, So I think that's it. I believe I'm done, other than some sequins. And what I thought I might do is put some sequins kind of around, like these are shaker boxes. So I will layer them under there, and I won't make you watch me do that. And I'm using strawberry field sequins primarily because they have the, they've got green and kind of a reddish pink, and they have a copper color in there, which is what I'm really going for. So I'll try to get a good mix in there. So thank you for watching, and be sure to go into the deep corners of your stash and pull stuff out that you don't necessarily think would go together. I'm just really happy with this. There's an orange heart in here, which kind of picks up the orange and the orange tickets, and there's an orange stripe in there. This has a teal that matches this color and this color. And it has yellow, which also gets picked up there. And it has red, which is in these flowers. And the yellow around, drawing around the flowers there. This hot pink is in the hearts that are here, and also in the cassette tapes that are over here. The cassette tapes have the dull pink and the bright pink and the red and the yellow. And this teal color is kind of picked up here. This is a stronger teal, but there's a heart that color. So accidentally, without trying, I kind of have some coordinating threads going through it. So I'm happy with that. And Lisa, thank you for your lovely sketch. And hope you're not cringing too much when you see the mess I've made of it. So bye.